about how cold it is
Let's
or
talk about
back up into the
where
60s
Snob
today.
is. I don't know.
let's talk about dead otters.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that ought to be a good subject for tonight.
Just so it
Or you
wasn't
can just open up with a light and laser show, Gary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't do that.
You mean like this?
there you go.
So you throw horns and you get a laser show. That's cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fowl Territory is next. And good evening, everybody. It is Friday, November the 3rd, and welcome to Fowl Territory 239. I'm your host, Gizzard Gary, and this is my esteemed panel, which you've already saw, so no big surprise tonight, no reveal. We're not sneaky around here. We are fully
You got
transparent.
a huge steaming panel right here.
Well, you could say that. Could say that too. So let's see who we've got awaiting us out there in our lovely audience tonight. First one out there saying "Yo" is Kingpin.
It's copyright strike.
It is. Western Probst is out there, and he has also been a channel member for 13 months. I think that deserves fireworks, don't you?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
yeah.
You're gonna be doing this all night now.
Probably.
Don't tell Snob you can do this because then Snob will be doing this stuff.
Yeah,
all
nobody
the time.
tell him. Rich White is out there and in here. Rick Harris is out there. Dale Pogue, Artak, and Daughters Woods is in the audience. And Misty, Mrs. Wayne, is out there. And going down the line, Duffer 426 is in the audience. Justin Grimm says hello, everyone. Blitz says good evening.
Good evening.
Chris from the 740 is out
Oh,
there and in here.
Oh,
yeah, that guy.
One of my favorite people.
Yeah, don't say anything bad about him. He's here. Rodney Peters is out there. Chessboard is in the audience. They must have had some time to talk. I don't know. Very conversational. Hillbilly Up is out there and in here. DJ Play Nice Rock is out there. Lots of chatter, lots of chatter. Alaska 1 Andy is out there. Well, 5 to 10 minutes after I get done going through all this chat, we'll have all this done. If I miss anybody out there, let's see. Here's a Yoldan17 from the Twitch side is out there. Hello.
He actually said hello.
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 So, if I missed you out there, wave your hand out there in the audience. I'll say hi. We have a super sticker, $1.49 from Blitz.
Oh, look at this guy.
Thank you very much.
Hot dog sandwich.
Suck up.
You know what happens when you give 2 thumbs up?
Oh my god.
That's what Such gets. Fireworks.
No. On every gun he uses.
But if you do 2 thumbs down, you get rain.
I hope it actually starts raining in your apartment.
That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Is there one that you do that's fired that you can have fire and rain? You could be like James Taylor.
Fire nice.
Only if you got earth wind.
All right.
So
So anyway,
did we lose somebody?
No, I don't think
okay.
so.
No.
21 people in the audience tonight. Very good, very good, very good. So, let's go ahead and introduce my steaming panel, I believe, as I heard it referred
That
to.
is exactly how I referred to it.
Garage Guy 879 is out there, by the way. So my first panelist to the right on my screen, my co-host is back. The great hunter has returned. He is, of course, the sunshine that brightens our day. He is the oracle of knowledge, the voice of reason, and you oughter say hi to the man of orange, Obnoxious One.
Killed that bitch dead, I did. Freaking
And
otters.
you're damn glad to do it too.
Yeah, I saved a single goldfish. That's what I got left.
Wow. Hopefully he or she will reproduce. If it's a he by himself, there's not much chance.
If it's a she by herself, it's not much chance either.
Well, unless she was with fish.
Not at this time of year.
Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy is out there.
What?
Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy.
The hell is even going on here?
He's fluffy. He likes 10mm and Jeeps, and he identifies as a guy.
Okay.
Maybe he likes to shoot Jeep with 10mm.
Well, you could do that. Anyway, thanks for being here, Ruby. Glad to have you back. Speaking of glad to have you back, you may remember this guy from, this summer he was here, I believe, anyway. But he has made the trip back high from the mountains of West Virginia. He is, of course, the host of the Unloaded Media Channel and Wrestling Unloaded. And I'm sure he's got a lot of things to say because he's had plenty of time to rest. Let's welcome back our own Rich White.
I got nothing.
Yeah, well, some things never change, right? Glad to have you back, buddy. All right, let's transition down to the bottom row. And I didn't mean to say transition, implying anything or anything like that. So. But this guy just came from Georgia Shooting Connection. In fact, I think they both might have. I don't know. But he is my neighbor to the east in the Show Me state of Missouri. And he hosts a guns, beer, and therapy show, I think, on Saturday nights. I don't get much of a chance to watch it because I'm usually in it. But anyway, let's welcome aboard Billy Up.
Hey, Gary. Thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate that. And I identify as on the top row. I'm on the bottom row. That's what I identify as. So.
Oh, you identify as being on the top row. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think for the last few weeks, you've pretty much been on the top row for quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Man, I appreciate you having me here tonight, man. You got rocking and rolling side chat out there.
Yeah,
a lot of great people out there and on the panel. And I just want to thank you so much, buddy, for having me. Always a blast. I love Friday nights, man. It's just a lot of fun. I enjoy it very much. And
we're glad to have you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy.
All right. Well, we do have one more panelist here, and he might be last, but he is certainly not least. And I don't know. I haven't introduced him in a while, so I believe he gets something about he's from a state that's only got 4 letters in it. It takes 2 people to spell it, so let me throw out an OH to Chris from the 740.
And I'll give you an IO. Thanks for the invite, Gary. We're going to have fun tonight, man. I was looking forward to this.
Well, I hope we have fun out there. Let's see. We got Woods out there saying, I was cleaning guns with the Aegis cleaning kit I won from Gary. Thanks, Gary. Well, you're welcome. All right. So 25 people out there in the chat so far. Has anybody seen the gun snob? Because he seems to be lost.
No. Sometimes he just shows up for the giveaways. That's it.
He's not like Clover, where all you got to do is mention a certain caliber, which we'll go unmentioned. And he shows that. Jacob.
I'll mention a certain caliber in a certain gun that he can't hit anything with, which would be a 1076 in 10 millimeter.
That's true. Jacob S. Also Aussie. Osborne is barking at the moon out there. Wood says, I also used the knife I won from Hillbilly to break down boxes. Best shows.
All right.
Looky there. Yeah.
Well,
We did some good in this world. All right. Okay. So I guess I probably ought to take the banner off the screen that I used prior to the show that doesn't normally run on here. Because it's not the Fowl Territory pre-chat. We're actually live now. Which means we have a hashtag for the giveaway at the top of the hour. That, of course, is #FT239er. So, hashtag FT239. Pardon?
And these giveaways are always awesome, guys. So you're going to make sure you grab that.
Yeah, watch it be sucky this time. Then you're going to feel bad, aren't you?
Tonight, Gizzard's only giving away 2 zipper pulls. After I said that.
If you're lucky if you get more than a single solitary zipper pull out of them.
They ain't giving them things. Well, yes, they actually are giving them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they give those away.
I'm pretty sure they did too. Defense Dad is out there seeing gun people, or at least he claims.
Hey.
All right. So looks like I see people have already flipped over to Twitch to start entering hashtags. So
Cheaters.
it's not cheating.
Well, I want to
It's
tell
sticking.
Twitch that last week YouTube won, so no need to do that.
Yeah, Twitch hasn't won in a while, so it may be a.
It's usually some tool over on Facebook that wins it.
I haven't seen too many. Okay, so I suppose.
I just entered 5 times on YouTube. That way, I always got a, good chance.
Now, if I start seeing alt show up, like, American Hillbilly or something like that, or one of your 15 other personas that you have out there. I suppose Chris has a Chris from the 739 and Chris from the 741 out there.
I actually don't. I'm stuck with this one entry. That's it.
Yeah, I've seen your website. I've seen your 740 squad. There's at least 3 of them that end in from the 740 out there.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, if we get the family involved.
Mm-hmm.
We're not here tonight, so.
Dwayne7834 is out there, as is Genyatta. They passed more gun control. Fluffy says they passed more gun control here in Michigan late Wednesday night and more coming this week.
Ah, man.
And Defense Dad says, I never win anymore, so I don't know why I bother.
He's using the wrong hashtag. That's why.
All right.
Oh, look at all the Facebook people come in, including one of my panelists.
What that son of a bitch? Which one of these son of a bitches said that?
There's one dude on Facebook you need to just go ahead and beat right now.
Cheaters.
Let's see. Rick Waters is out there. Okay. So let me see if we have any news that we can use. How about that? And I didn't come prepared, so we're going to be winging it today. How about that? But let's go to a place.
If anybody's looking for a rifle build set in the God's Plaid, then Aero Precision's monthly drop is that. So just saying for people. I mean, that's not my thing, but I know a lot of people seem to like that.
Oh, and I got somebody over on the Twitch side who is trying to offer to help me promote my channel. How nice.
Deal of a lifetime.
Yeah, go ahead and give them your bank account there, buddy.
Mhm.
They can
Uh-huh.
probably
Yeah,
do
all they
that.
need is the last 4 of your social, and
Yeah.
Yep.
Gary, did I just hear you say you're going to try to wing this? Who else could wing this other than Gizzard Gary?
Well, hey, that's very clever. That's very clever. We do have a question out there in the audience. It says, all right, question. This is from Defense Dad.
no.
Other
God.
than ease of assembly, is there any real benefit to upgrading to a full-size guide rod on a 1911?
Ease
Yeah,
of
try-
assembly is not enough.
Ease of
Ease
a-
of taking apart.
Yeah, ease of disassembly, ease of assembly. You got a little extra weight
Mhm.
in the front end of the gun. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's really all there is to it.
But that ease of disassembly and reassembly is worth it in and of itself.
It should be. Gun Websites is out there in the audience. Let's see. Weston says that Arrow set this month is awesome. And Genyatta says,
I told
I
you
heard-
somebody would like that God's plaid.
you betcha. Genyatta says, I heard somewhere that if anyone tries to take your rights, you're supposed to give them the bird. How about
That is
Darn
absolutely
right.
correct.
I have heard that. Let's see. Weston says, main thing is you can always say you have an upgraded guide rod. Well, that's true too.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds really cool if you're
Yep.
doing a
I
video.
upgraded the guide rod.
Yeah, you're already a rebel.
Me,
You changed-
gunsmith.
Gunsmith. Oh. Somebody is texting me Gorn, and it's not Obi.
Uh-oh.
I thought the only time you got the upgraded guide rod is when you're out on the boat deep sea fishing.
So Defense Dad said, this is the first one I've had that didn't come with a full-length guide rod, is why I asked.
Is he talking about his Gerson he just got? I assume.
That'd be my guess.
I've been really wanting to get one of the Gersons, but
They're nice. I've handled
Well-
them before.
Length is not everything.
we can
You
always
keep
tell
telling
the
yourself
truth,
that,
Uh-huh.
chicken man.
Gary.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but you just keep telling yourself that.
Or so I'm told. All right. Let's see. All right. So, now I got a pop-up ad. We're going to share screen because that's
Oh,
what we
God.
do here. How about that?
No, do we have
If I
to?
can figure out
I
how.
don't want to share mine.
Well, I'm not going to share yours.
Oh,
I'm going to share mine. Let's go to a place we spend a lot of time on when we're looking for stories, and that is, of course, bearingarms.com. And no, I have no connection whatsoever with Bearing Arms. Just a good place to go find Second Amendment content. Bearing Arms, if you're out there, I'm willing to talk about a deal. You could be a sponsor.
But you probably have one of those Leathermans on the screen, though.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, those ads usually pop up because I've been looking at Leatherman. So. How about this very
Gary
first
likes
one
his
on
men in
the list?
leather.
That's right. Leather Man. This article from Cam Edwards today says 7th Circuit overturns injunction against Illinois assault weapons ban. Says AR-15s aren't protected arms. How about that?
No kidding.
They are 100% of protected arms. They're in common use, and they're arms. So, I mean, they're protected in two rights. I wouldn't
Well,
expect, people with law degrees to know that.
According to Cam Edwards, on the face of it, Friday's decision by the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn an injunction against enforcement of Illinois' recently enacted ban on assault weapons and large capacity magazines doesn't change circumstances on the ground. The 3-judge panel that issued today's decision had previously stayed U.S. District Judge Stephen McGlynn's injunction, while the state appealed, so the law has been in effect throughout litigation. Still, the 2-1 decision does matter, both because it provides an opportunity for some or all of the plaintiffs to appeal on an emergency basis to the Supreme Court, and because it will undoubtedly be cited by other anti-gun judges around the country, including those on the Ninth Circuit panel, hearing the appeal of Judge Roger Benitez's decision striking down California's ban on assault weapons. Now, I won't have a chance to do a deep dive into the opinion until this weekend, but one thing immediately stuck out to me as I was giving a quick look over. The 3-judge panel concluded that AR-15s and presumably semi-automatic rifles in general are not protected by the Second Amendment because they're too close to machine guns. And then in this quote, it says, coming directly to the question whether the weapons of feeding devices covered by the challenge legislation enjoy Second Amendment protection, at the first step of the Bruin analysis, we conclude that the answer is no. We come to this conclusion because these assault weapons and high-capacity magazines are much more like machine guns and military-grade weaponry than they are like the many different types of firearms that are used for individual self-defense, or so the legislature was entitled to conclude. What the hell? Indeed, the AR-15 is almost the same gun as the M16 machine gun. The only meaningful distinction, as we have already noted, is that the AR-15 has only semi-automatic capability, unless the user takes advantage of some simple modifications that essentially make it fully automatic.
Well, see,
Auto key card.
here's the thing that they don't realize is that machine guns are also arms and are also protected under the Second Amendment, regardless of what these people may think.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, especially if you look at the test that was constructed by the Supreme Court in U.S. v. Miller way back in the 1930s, when they specifically stated that the reason why they upheld the NFA's ban on short-barreled shotguns is because they weren't used by the military. That the people of the country expressly under the Second Amendment, according to Miller, have the right to whatever firearms the military has. So even if you applied by their reasoning what the test in Miller would apply, they're still wrong.
So reloading from the hot pot, stopped by to say hi. Got to hit the pillow for work in the morning. Well,
I
glad you
didn't
came
hit
by.
it. I'd actually put my head on it. And
It's much more effective.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
You're going to hit it, it's going to get you all worked up, and then it's just going to take you longer to get to sleep.
So if the distinction between semi-automatic and select fire is enough to render modern sporting rifles outside the scope of the Second Amendment, according to the Seventh Circuit, then what does that mean for semi-automatic handguns? Are they too close to machine guns to be protected as well? Note this passage from the majority opinion. The similarity between the AR-15 and the M16 only increases when we take into account how easy it is to modify the AR-15 by adding a bump stock, as the shooter in the 2017 Las Vegas event had done, or auto-sear to it, thereby making it, in essence, a fully automatic weapon. You can illegally attach an auto-sear or a switch to many semi-automatic handguns as well. Is the Seventh Circuit suggesting that the most popular make of handguns, undoubtedly in common use for lawful purposes, is also beyond the Second Amendment's protection? It sure sounds like it to me, though the panel didn't have to address that issue since the state hasn't attempted to ban the majority of semi-automatic pistols, only a subset it deems to be assault weapons. This is actually something that gun control activists have been arguing for a couple of years now, both in civil litigation and in lobbying the Biden administration to reclassify many semi-automatic firearms as machine guns under the National Firearms Act. If the Seventh Circuit's twisted logic is adopted or allowed to stand by the Supreme Court, not only would the most popular style of rifle be implicated, but the vast majority of handguns that are in the hands of lawful gun owners across the country as well. The 2-1 decision is bad enough, but the long-term implications will be even worse unless and until SCOTUS makes it clear that the Seventh Circuit got it wrong.
It gets even crazier in Illinois. Did you see Blitz's comment out there on the YouTube side?
I did. Now, let's see, this one? Or the one, this one?
The first, both of them together first. The top one, then the second one. You get, I guess.
Today at ISP's second public hearing, Todd Vandermeide presented a photo of the original Kenobi lightsaber. It was put together with a few firearms parts. Todd stated that he did indeed own these parts and asked if he would be required to register his lightsaber as a law-abiding Star Wars fan. Their answer, yes. Good Lord.
I got out of Illinois just in time. That's all I got to say.
I just hope the Illinois virus don't spread.
Oh, it does. Unfortunately.
Because
It's
unfortunately,
like the California virus spreads and the New York virus spreads, and they all get sick of. Well, look at Bezos is moving out of Washington. I didn't read the article. I just saw he was moving out to a more tax-friendly place. You know, these people made these hellholes, and then they get out of these hellholes and take their hellhole politics with them and create new hellholes.
Geniata says, every time I hear someone talk about how civilians shouldn't have military-grade weapons, I think to myself, wait until they hear about the CMP. Yeah.
Those are hunting rifles. Those aren't
Right.
military rifles.
Well, Blitz says you're exactly right. So Duffer says, so a 1022 is close to a fully auto 22. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing as.
Basically. It's basically a 1022 machine gun.
Yep. Especially if you put it in one of those dangerous bullpup stocks.
Mm-hmm.
But on a good note, I
they
guess.
They call it a bullpup because it kicks like a mule.
Uh-huh.
It bodes well for the sale of revolvers in the state of Illinois.
Well, no, because back in World War I, the British were still using revolvers. Therefore, they're a military arm and probably can't have them either.
But can't you take a revolver
Everybody
and fan
was
the
using
hammer,
revolvers.
And do this? Jerry Mickley gets hold of one of them things. It's a semi-auto revolver.
World War I? No, but very much everybody except for the British has switched over to semi-autos. The U.S. was using in 1911. The Germans had the Luger. The British were the only ones still using a revolver. They were using the Webley.
Craziness, I tell you. All right. Let's see. Anybody want to pick one of these bottom 4 stories? Which one do you want to hear next? Want to hear the Ohio story?
Oh, God, no, I don't want to hear anything about anything coming out of Ohio.
That's a good thing Chris is muted then.
Chris gets to vote too. Let's go to
hear
Ohio.
about the Ohio story.
Let's go to Ohio.
Oh, God, of course he wants the Ohio story.
Guess what happened to violent crime rates after Ohio adopted permitless carry?
Did they skyrocket? Was there blood in the streets?
Wild West.
Yeah, it was a wild West.
Yeah.
It's
Wild
Dodge West.
City and Abilene all over again.
Last June, Ohio became the 23rd state in the nation to adopt a permitless carry law, allowing legal gun owners to both keep and bear arms without having to first obtain a government permission slip. At the time, gun control activists and anti-gun politicians decried the move and declared it would make the state a more dangerous place. State Rep. Allison Russo even claimed that Republicans have made it crystal clear that they value the approval of the gun lobby more than the lives of Ohioans and the police officers who protect our communities every day. With the FBI's crime statistics for 2022 now publicly available, was Russo right? Did Ohio become a more dangerous place because of permitless carry? Were Republicans really casting their votes because they had no care or concern about the safety of their constituents or those tasked with enforcing the laws they approved at the state capitol? Nope to all of the above. And quoting here, overall violent crimes were down in Ohio and the U.S. in 2022, with Ohio seeing a 7.5% decrease from 2021, and the U.S. reporting a 1.63% decrease. Last year, Ohio and the U.S. both also saw a drop in homicides after increases in 2021 and 2020. Ohio had 6.1 homicides per 100,000 people last year compared to 7.5 and 7 in 2021 and 2020, respectively, according to data from the FBI. Nationally, there were 6.5 homicides per 100,000 in 2020 and 6.8 in 2021 compared to 6.3 in 2022.
Yeah, but there were 0.65 per 10,000 people. So
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah. There was another crime that decreased in 2022 as well. I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware, but arson decreased as well. I don't know what the connection there could possibly be.
So not only did violent crime and homicide rates both decline last year, the drop in violent crime in Ohio far outpaced the national average. The doom and gloom predictions of the anti-gunners were flat out wrong, and Ohio is a safer state today than it was when Governor Mike DeWine signed SB 215 into law. We still have a couple of months left in the first full calendar year since permitless carry took effect, and statewide crime stats for 2023 won't be released for several months after that, but a look at crime analyst Jeff Asher's year-to-date murder comparison dashboard shows continued declines in homicide rate in many Ohio cities. Akron, for instance, has seen its murder rate decline by almost 40% through September the 30th. Homicides in Cincinnati are down 13% compared to last year, and murders have dropped by 30% in Toledo. In Cleveland and Columbus, it's a different story. Murders have increased by almost 14% in Cleveland, while the state's capital has seen a 9.6% jump in homicides this year. Anti-gun politicians in those cities have been quick to blame Republican lawmakers and the gun lobby, quote unquote, for the rise in crime, but the truth is that it's those cities that are the outlier at the moment, not just in Ohio, but across the country. The vast majority of individuals who are responsible for the state's homicides, armed robberies, aggravated assaults, carjackings, home invasions, and other violent offenses were already carrying without a permit long before Ohio's permitless carry law took effect. They don't care about a misdemeanor gun law prohibiting them from carrying without a license any more than they're concerned with committing a violent felony. Anti-gunners were absolutely convinced that permitless carry was going to make Ohio a more dangerous place, but once again, we see that more guns doesn't equate to more crimes. It is possible to protect the Second Amendment rights of responsible citizens while cracking down on violent criminals, and the more guns, more crime myth has been dealt another blow. How about that, Chris?
Yeah, it's been a pretty good thing, and we never have to worry about anybody bringing their bullshit politics here either, because no one wants to live in this shithole.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Any other comments out there about Ohio? We've pretty much buried Illinois again. Not that they were above ground level in the first place, but all right.
One good thing you can say about Ohio is their rivers aren't burning anymore.
You're sure about that?
We win.
All right. So let's go back. And then we have, let's see. We've got violating the First Amendment to silence Second Amendment supporters. We have in pressing for rural gun control support, writer misfires.
Let's do that one. I want to
that
hear.
Kind of interests me.
I want to hear about the rural gun control
Mhm.
support.
Okay, this is by Tom
You
Knight.
may not know this, but I live kind of rural.
Mhm.
Rural.
And I hear all kinds of gun support going off around me all the time.
Oh yeah, that's all they talk about around here is gun control support. Mm-hmm.
Just want to say hi to Mario Mosen out there, and let's all say hi.
Nope, not doing that.
Guess I'll do it by myself. Thank you very much. Anyway, gun control is all the rage once again, as it normally is after a mass shooting. What happened in Lewiston was tragic in the extreme. It was all the more jarring because Maine isn't exactly a hotbed of so-called gun violence. Well, that's true. Because of the rural nature of the state, it tends to be pretty pro-gun, even as it otherwise sides with Democratic Party politics just about everywhere else. But some are using Lewiston to try and press for rural communities to support gun
What? No way. No way. They're using a tragedy to try to push gun control? No.
Who would do that?
When have they ever done that before? Come on.
Really? Quoting here, one can understand why elected officials in rural areas, even in generally liberal states, would put forth the argument that guns really aren't a problem. Maine, after all, is a low-crime place. Its murder rate is fourth lowest in the nation despite a strong gun culture. Many Mainers rely on firearms to hunt for dinner. Vermont, another New England state with little gun violence and lax gun laws, has the second lowest murder rate in the country. And what's true in northern New England is true throughout much of rural America. What fuels the impression that homicides are high in these areas is that the official statistics for gun deaths include suicides, which account for just over half of the deaths by firearms. Wyoming had one of the lowest homicide rates in America, but the highest gun suicide rate in 2021, according to the latest numbers.
Suicides are actually about 2/3 of firearms deaths.
In opposing sensible gun laws, the National Rifle Association summons visions of peaceful gun-owning communities centered on hunting. Of course, the killing machine used in Lewiston was designed not for hunting deer, but for mowing down large numbers of humans in seconds. Oh, what a visual you guys just put out there. Mistake one.
It's the John Deere of firearms. Is that what they're saying?
Mistake one is that the author somehow thinks the NRA and people in rural communities see their Second Amendment rights as centered on hunting. Sure, hunting and the Second Amendment are tied together, as we noted earlier this week, but it's not the focus. Of course, that same post disputes some of the author's implication regarding how the AR pattern rifle used by the Lewiston killer isn't a hunting weapon. What's funny is that in trying to argue that rural communities need gun control, she touches on where gun deaths in those communities come from. They're mostly suicides. Yet suicide isn't solved by gun control. At best, you simply reduce suicide with firearms and shift them to some other method of taking one's life. Suicide isn't a gun control issue, but a mental health issue, and I'm more than willing to work with people to reduce those, but not at the expense of our rights, especially when that's not actually going to solve the problem. The author, in trying to sell gun control to rural folks, is really just regurgitating the same talking points that people in rural communities have already heard and rejected numerous times. She offers nothing new, but instead almost seems to be condescending in her belief that rural folks should support policies that clearly don't, as if they're too stupid to understand the issue. Oh no, they understand it. They just understand that people like the author would see them disarmed, regardless of the fact that their needs are what they are. When the only deputy on duty is on the other side of the county the moment you need them, dialing 911 isn't exactly a way to save the day.
Are you telling me that a liberal elite was condescending?
Yeah.
No way.
No.
It's hard to believe, really.
No way.
They're usually the most polite people.
And Woods has it exactly right out here.
Yeah, and let's just add this too, that it's liberal policies that allowed this guy to be out on the street because it's the liberals that got rid of mandatory incarceration in mental facilities, which this guy should have been in one in New York State, but because of liberal policies, he wasn't, which is why he was able to go to Maine and kill the people that he killed.
How about that?
Yeah, this is, another one. He was known. He was known. How many times do we have to hear he was known?
Yeah, they had him in custody in New York, and they had to let him go.
Seems like that's happened before, hasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Time or two.
Yeah. Let's not keep him. That's not fair. It's not fair to keep him.
No.
Let's let him loose.
This guy was hearing voices. He had he said he had a plan to go shoot up the base. I mean, this was his family was trying to get somebody involved because they were worried about him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's the guns. It's definitely the guns.
X Adam 1 is out there. Travis T says, if it's the guns, how does anyone get out of a gun show alive? That's what worries me. I'm going to Tulsa next week. Yeah.
It's all the guns. That's how they get out alive.
I'm going to be in a big building with lots of guns a week from today.
Yeah, but there's a good chance somebody in that show is going to pop one off.
It's happened before.
Yeah, but usually it was. But when you guys were at Wanamaker and that happened, wasn't it the security that was responsible for the gun going off?
Oh, that has happened also. Pony 47 is out there. Hey, Gizzard Gary, I got your package. You rock. Thank you. You're welcome, sir. Glad you got it. All right. Well, that one was fun. Let's see. Now we've got why the 3D printer marks the end of gun control and violating the First Amendment to silence Second Amendment supporters. Which one you guys want to hear next?
Let's go with that one.
Which one? This one? Okay.
No, not that one.
You want me to do the other one?
No, this was definitely the one I wanted you to do.
Oh, okay. Hey, we got tape on this kid.
Ooh. That's actually not a bad idea for all children.
That's true. That's not exactly.
The views and opinions expressed by Obnoxious One are the views and opinions of Obnoxious One only and should not be taken as whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
I'm out of practice on this.
No, but that's not just your list. Trust me. Parents of teenagers would probably agree with you.
Oh, okay. Then, ladies and gentlemen, the views and opinions expressed by Obnoxious One are the views and opinions of Obnoxious One and parents of teenagers. It do not reflect the views and opinions of Gizzard Gary or anybody else here on the panel, unless they are parents of teenagers, in which case they do reflect those views.
Oh,
I was a parent of teenagers once.
Yeah, so was I. So me and Gary would agree with you probably too.
Oh, God. Do I have to do this again? I'm done. No, I'm done. I'm done. I've done my disclaimer.
X Adam 1 says, I forgot about Wanamaker. Maybe I'll go. Who all is going? I will be there. Who all on the show?
I ain't got another 16-hour drive in me right now, so I'm not.
You can fly.
There. Yeah, okay.
We've told you we'd pick you up at the airport.
Yeah, I don't have a full day of flying in me either, because that's what it takes. That's why I drive 16 hours, is because it takes just as long to get through the whole airport shenanigans.
Clover will be there. Ghost will be there. Probably Snob.
There's another reason I'm not going.
And you're doing it wrong, man. You just go to the county airport and hijack somebody's Cessna.
Should I just buy a ticket as Dan Cooper?
Speaking of inappropriate, Defense Dad says that's not the proper tape to shut someone up. It would come off way too easy. Wow. Okay, let's get off that
Gorilla tape
real quick. Woods out there says, I literally just opened the box of last week's stuff. Nice Gerber man purse for my guy cards, stickers, patches. Thanks again, Gary. You're welcome. All right, so gun control activists and anti-gun politicians aren't just going after the right to keep and bear arms. Increasingly, they're going after the First Amendment rights of Second Amendment supporters. There have been a couple of recent examples of this despicable assault on the freedom of speech in California, where federal judges have struck down laws prohibiting the advertising of any firearm-related product in a manner that is designed, intended, or reasonably appears to be attractive to minors, and a ban on gun shows on state property that was found to have violated the First Amendment rights of both gun owners and vendors. But the attacks on gun owners' speech aren't limited to the anti-2A extremist in Sacramento. As J.D. how the hell you pronounce that? Tuxil documents at Reason, local officials in Flagstaff, Arizona are trying to silence a local gun shop owner by blocking his ads at the local airport. And quoting here, Flagstaff recently banned Navy veteran Rob Wilson from advertising for his indoor gun range at the local airport. An illegal violation of the freedom of speech, notes Arizona's Goldwater Institute, which is representing Wilson. Rob's silent 10-second spot promoting Timberline firearms and training has appeared thousands of times on a loop with no complaints since he started running it alongside other local businesses' ads over the Flagstaff Pulliam Airport baggage carousel in 2019. This year, Wilson reached out to Pulliam, as he has in the past, to run his ad during the busy summer season when tourists fly into the mountain town to enjoy its views and access to outdoor recreation. For the first time, though, officials rejected the ad, telling Wilson that its representation of shooting sports violated the city's ban on displaying violence or antisocial behavior. Really? And its new advertising policy against depicting guns. Good Lord.
I just want to know why the guy had an indoor gun range at the airport.
Okay. There's nothing inherent.
No, I'm not going to make that comment. Never mind.
There's nothing inherently violent about putting holes in paper targets, and certainly nothing antisocial about a visit to a gun range. So city officials appear to be relying on that new policy banning any depiction of firearms and ammunition. Tuxil points out, however, that the policy is so new it's not actually policy yet. The Flagstaff City Council proposed a ban back in September, but isn't scheduled to formally vote on the ban until later this month. If the city does move ahead with its attack on Wilson's First Amendment rights, the next step will likely involve the federal courts. And quoting here, by denying Mr. Wilson's request to advertise based on an unreasonable and pretextual application of the advertising policy, the city has violated Mr. Wilson's constitutional rights to freedom of speech and due process of law. John Thorpe, staff attorney for the Goldwater Institute Scharf Norton Center for Constitutional Litigation, informed Flagstaff officials in an October 24 letter. Moreover, the new policy currently under consideration is unconstitutional, both as applied to Mr. Wilson, as it expressly targets his expression, and on its face, as it bans broad, poorly defined categories of speech and discriminates based on content and viewpoint. Okay, the article goes on to say that I'm kind of surprised that the city council hasn't just proposed a ban on gun shops and ranges inside the city limits, rather than trying to stop them from advertising. Both measures would be equally unconstitutional, so if they're going to infringe on Wilson's First Amendment rights, they might as well go all out and try to block him and his customers from exercising their Second Amendment rights while they're at it. In for a penny, in for a pound, right? It's great that the Goldwater Institute is on this case, and Thorpe's letter to the city council will hopefully persuade a majority of its members not to trample all over Wilson's constitutional rights. But the actions that the council has already taken speak volumes about the anti-Second Amendment animosity so prevalent on the left, as well as the contempt they have for our First Amendment freedoms as well. Even if Wilson prevails in Flagstaff, this won't be the last attempt by anti-gunners to silence pro-Second Amendment voices. Gee, where else does that happen? If they can't make us go away... Oh, hush.
What in the hell
Where's
is
my alarm going on?
What are you doing?
That must be my alarm for the giveaway. I don't know. If they can't make us go away, they'll try to shut us up instead. And it's more important than ever that we stand up and speak out against these civil rights abuses. Yeah, us people that put out 2A content on the social media know all about having our First Amendment rights restricted also, don't we?
Oh, that's not, the public square has no obligation to honor your First Amendment rights. Don't you know that? They're private companies. They're not this age's public square. They're private companies.
Yeah. Makes all the difference in the world. Ron Wayne's out there.
And they are certainly not in cahoots with the government to suppress your Second Amendment.
No, not at all. Gunmetal Guy USA is out there. Alex Parlin is in there as people are starting to get their hashtags out there. Guns and Barbecue is out there. Give me 1 second.
Time's up.
There. Sorry about that. I had to clear my throat. Okay, so let's see. We can either read this last story or we can go ahead and do the giveaway.
Yeah.
Vote.
Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like people are in the mood for a giveaway.
Of course,
And we can always come back to this later. All right. You in the mood for a giveaway? Well, before we even start talking about that, I want to remind everybody that today is Friday, as you know, and that means it is Free Patch Friday at gearwebsites.com. Now, you know about Gear Websites. They are, of course, your source for every second matters. Gun channels, gear, ammo ID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items. And every Friday is Free Patch Friday, so you should buy stuff at gearwebsites.com. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear from Gun Websites himself.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
I also see that 2 Live Moo is out there in the audience. Wow. We've got 29 people in here. Why are they here? Why are they here? Maybe they like music. Maybe they like music. You suppose they like music? Well, maybe they'll like this.
Oh, who's the chicken that everyone loves? Gizzard Gary, who's 4'2" but stands above. Gizzard Gary, a ton of ex-wives and more to come. Gizzard Gary, who loves to give gifts to everyone. Gizzard Gary, Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway.
Hi, folks. Gizzard Gary here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's that time of the show where we give stuff away. In tonight's giveaway portion of Fowl Territory, we're going to have all sorts of stuff and things to give away, folks. So get those typing fingers ready, and we're going to see what we're giving away. Gizzard, what do we have tonight for this wonderful audience?
Oh, I'm supposed to have stuff?
I don't know. But Gunmetal Guy wants everybody to eat the like button.
Eat the like button. Heck yeah. Why not?
He says snack the likes.
Take a bite out of crime. Take a bite out of crime. Yes, my chair has a squeak in it. Deal with it.
The chair's got a... Never mind.
Be nice. I know where you were going there.
You don't know Jack.
Hold that thought.
Oh,
You guys
yeah?
sing a song real quick. I gotta
Why
go
don't
find something.
Why don't you do the other?
I'm missing something that I sat down. I'll be right back.
Is it your penis?
No, by the way, it is not. I'll be right back.
Well, if it were, that could be why he didn't think size mattered.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
About how your penis is tiny? Totally. What are we doing? We talk about.
I have no idea.
We're talking about the chicken's tiny pecker again.
I'm trying to figure out what he forgot.
He probably forgot all his giveaway stuff.
Well,
he's getting old.
He is getting to that age, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in that age.
Yeah.
I mean, he's retired. Once you retire, you just start forgetting things left, right, and
Don't
center.
be talking about me.
Well, you should have been here to defend yourself, but you
I
weren't.
was not. I left as I was getting my stickers together hurriedly before the show. I accidentally left a few of them far away from my desk, so
See?
I had to retrieve them because
Those
I
are
can't
good.
start the prize giveaway without this. The Gizzard Gary channel sticker,
Never
which
seen
is
that before.
approximately the size of my head.
Never seen that in my life.
Yeah, how about that? But not just a sticker. Not just a sticker. How about, well, here's your sticker. How about a magnet to match?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
now
get both, man.
you're getting fancy.
You get both. And then, how about an itty bitty sticker for Gizzard Gary Reviews? You get 3 Gizzard
A
stickers.
little
Well,
bitty dog in a little bitty car.
shall we go for Fowl Territory thumbnail sticker?
Ooh.
That's right. That's right.
Ooh.
What I'm talking about. Okay, how about some Palmetto State Armory action, huh?
Never heard of him.
That's in the Palmetto State. So I hear.
Palmetto State.
Mm-hmm. That's over by your part country, right?
I don't think so. Doesn't sound familiar.
I think they might have bananas because there's another Palmetto State Armory sticker.
That's nuts.
That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
No, that'd be Georgia.
Well, if you've been anywhere near the NRA annual meeting in Indianapolis, you also saw
I
Palmetto
have
State Armory.
been near there.
You have. Awesome. Well, I think they might also know something about the Passat de Guerre.
Hmm.
They might. You never
That
know.
looks like a gun, not a knife.
They might even know
That's not
something about
That's not a knife.
jackal or coyote. I'm not sure what that is. It's definitely not an otter.
No, it's not an otter. It would eat otters.
F that otter.
How about some Live Free Armory action? The makers of the recently released Apollo 11, the Eagle has landed.
And that would eat otters too.
Live Free
There
Armory?
you go. There's your no, the eagle.
I don't
There you
know.
go, Obi. There's the solution to your problem. Get an eagle.
Get an
And
eagle?
eat all the otters.
I have owls.
Yeah. Well,
FYI, a predator call will call in an owl. Just so you know.
that's pretty cool. How about a company that may or may not have some action going on here soon? Excess Sights. They are, of
Ooh,
course, the fastest sights in any light.
what kind of action they got going on?
A little bird tells me you may be able to obtain these at a special price here soon.
No way.
Yeah. Stay tuned. More to come. How about that?
I hope somebody covers that so I know what's going on.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, here's a sticker I don't believe I've ever given away here before. It is from Black Skull Bags,
That's a new
made
one.
in the
That's a
USA.
shiny.
Oh, I've got
Ish.
some of those. You probably got that sticker for me.
I probably did.
I was looking
It
at it. I'm
probably
like, that,
come out of that stuff you gave
I'm
me.
like, that looks familiar. Oh, yeah. I've got those.
All right. So speaking of patches, how about we continue the Palmetto State Armory trend and give you a Palmetto State Armory patch?
Oh,
How about
look at that?
How about that?
How about that?
How about that? How
How
about
about that?
Glock Strong? Richard liked that one. I don't know if I've given any of these away before, but how about something from Thin Blue Line USA? Evil is powerless when the good are unarmed. Or unafraid. Unafraid. Not unarmed. Unafraid. Thin Blue Line USA. But we're not quite done yet. because you're going to get a key ring, key fob from EOTech. That's kind of cool, ain't it?
Sure, if you say so.
Hey, you guys sound real excited over that one. Oh, wow, EOTech. How about an official lanyard from SHOT Show? See, it says so right on there, SHOT Show. Only people at SHOT Show get these, and you're going to have one of your own. Yeah.
You can use it to gain entry to SHOT Show.
You probably could.
That
If you had a
may
badge
not
on
be
the
true.
end of it. And I believe this is from Obi-Wan too, but this is from a company called Elk Ridge.
Look at that thing.
It's a monster, let me tell you. It is a monster. Elk Ridge.
Kentucky toothpick.
Yeah. It's actually.
I probably should have gone Tennessee toothpick. That would have been, always attempt alliteration.
And if I would have had time, I would have gotten out more swag. The winner's going to win some more. I'm going to throw some swag in here as yet unnamed. I'll fill up.
He's going to give you that Baby Yoda that's sitting back there with his little sippy cup.
And I'm pretty sure if I look in my closet, I've got a few more of those Condor bags. So we'll get you a Condor bag too. I may have 12 of those or so. So don't forget, the winner of this also receives a $10 Chick-fil-A gift card. That's right. I'm feeding you. That's
Winner,
right.
winner, chicken dinner.
I stand behind what I say. If I say you're going to win a chicken dinner, you're going to win a damn chicken dinner.
It's a shame they won't support you.
I know.
And you're
this is coming out of my pocket.
You're out here doing God's work, and God's chicken won't support you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Arrow won't send you God's plaid.
Oh, the gun snob's out there. He says, wow, that was terrible. Will you come in and do better, Mr. Absentia? Abby Finnegan's out there, member for 14 months. Thank you. All right. Wood says, my man cord is already in my new Condor man purse. There you go.
Do it now.
He says, do it now. All right.
I just threw everybody off right there.
Good luck to everybody who entered in time, thanks to Obi, who didn't give you a last chance. And Fluffy, 10mm Jeep guy, is our winner.
Did you say 10mm?
10, I believe. Is there a 12mm?
You said tell.
Yeah, you said
I
10mm.
Fluffy, 10mm Jeep guy.
Okay. I was just checking that I wasn't the only one that heard tell.
Yeah, he got all flabbergasted while saying that name, apparently.
Oh, yep. Fluffy won the damn giveaway. Are you happy now?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you can host the rest of the show.
I didn't get any God's chicken.
I gave you some last year. Did you ever eat it?
Well, yes, I ate it.
Some people, I think Sarge said he never did spend
his. He did too. He was on the same. He spent it at the exact same one I spent it at.
All right. So Fluffy, send your address to me. Your email. Well, I need not your email address. I need your full name and not full name, but your government name and mailing address. Email that to winner@gizzardgary.com. And I will get that stuff to you toot sweet, as they say. Abby says 12.
I was going to say, the sad part is $10 really doesn't even buy you a value meal at Chick-fil-A anymore, thanks to Joe Biden. At least the one around here doesn't.
I never said I was going to feed you well. All right. So congratulations, Fluffy, on that. And let's go ahead and get that off here because we are done giving away chicken dinners for today. We've got some other stuff to do, as a matter of fact. I just wish I could figure out what it is we should do. It's too bad we don't have anybody in here.
Who's the chicken that everyone loves? Gizzard.
We did that
Gary.
already.
Oh.
No, I mean this bozo.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for you to send your GORN to Gizzard or GORN at gizzardgary.com. It's time for Show Us Your Gun.
Screws it up every single time.
He does a little better when he's here.
Really? I bet he doesn't. Let's hear it.
I was trying to do that, and you didn't put me in the stream.
Well, you're in the stream now.
You want a do-over?
No, you already did it. I'm pissed now.
You want a mulligan?
No, we want a redo.
Let's see if you can get through this without screwing it up.
Bet you can't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good about ladies, it's that time of the night. It's time for your second favorite part of the show.
There you go. Alrighty. and we're out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Fowl Territory number 239. The one where Snob screws it up again.
It happens.
How you doing, Snobby?
I'm done.
He could
Did you
label
in?
these like they used to do Friends episodes, the one where Snob screws it up, except it would be 239 episodes and they'd all have the same title.
Weston says, isn't there a football game somewhere you should be at?
It was actually last night for whatever reason.
223 DMR says, good evening, Gizzard. Good evening. So what's going on, Snub?
Nothing at all.
Mm.
I was busy trying to shoot a coyote tonight. That's why I'm late.
Did you get him?
I didn't see one. I could hear them, but I never could see one.
You need a predator call?
You should try
I
bear
have
traps.
I actually have like 3 different predator calls.
I hear bear traps will catch about anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you ought to use.
Otter, yep.
Fuck that bitch.
Defense Dad says, stop making fun of Snob. I almost said that with a straight face.
Like I said, I could have had 1,000 people tell me that's definitely an otter getting in there, and I'd have told 1,000 people they were freaking idiots.
I never thought about an otter. I mean, it makes sense now that that's
now that you've actually seen it on camera. Yeah. That totally makes sense.
Never would have thought about it.
So we were discussing before you came in, OB.
How sexy I am. I mean, that's pretty common discussion.
That didn't know there were otters anywhere near you. Usually they wanted to know, do you have a river anywhere near you? I said, no, but there's a lake not too far away.
There's a lake like 3 miles back from me.
That's close enough. They will wander that far from the water.
We have otters around here, and I mean,
yeah, the North American river otters. They're everywhere.
It's not real common to see them, though.
But
from what I read, they're unknown in Kansas. I don't even know if Oklahoma has any.
I just told you we have
He just said he's got them.
Yeah, he literally just said it.
Well, I don't listen to snobs. So.
I've got a creek that runs down.
That's reasonable.
Each side of my property that runs about a half-inch of water in it. So there's nothing near me that would support it. I don't know if this was one that was just moving through and happened to stumble on my koi pond.
Something that'll support it. It's called your pond.
Yeah, it found something to. Yeah. Until it ate them all anyway.
Supported it for a couple weeks.
Abigail says there's a couple of otters that hang out at the local bar. Yeah.
Yeah, that and land sharks.
Defense Dad says Snob needs a road runner for bait to get the damn coyotes. Duh.
No, you just need a rock and you paint a tunnel on it. That'll get that coyote every single time.
Ron Wayne's out there. He says, but will bear traps catch a duck? And that's one of those, if you know, you know. You had to have been on the live stream where that conversation took place. I'll explain it in the after chat.
By the way, the painted cave also works for wolves and hyenas.
Abby's got some Peltor Arc rail adapters for my Ear Pro. I'm going to be ripping up some Walker razors tomorrow. Okay.
Yep,
Nice.
that's how you get. That's how you got to do it if you want to put them on. If you want to put them on a helmet, I was kind of surprised that she had to do that, but you gotta cut the head. You got to cut the wire out of the headband.
Abby wants to know: do cougars count if it's WLW? Asking for a MILF. Rick Harris says, "Good night, everyone. Got to get up early to deer hunt."
Good
Ron
luck,
says,
Rick.
"Just don't explain it for an hour." Yeah, it's a good story. It's too bad you in the audience can't hear it. But it's an interesting story. There are live streams you could go watch in a recap that might explain it. Anyway, let's not dwell on that because we have GORN to do. This is Show Us Your GORN. Send your GORN to GORN, GORN, at gizzardgary.com. If you do so, please include your channel name in the email so I will know who sent it and not, what is it, Pink Panty Sniffer or something or another?
47.
47.
27. God dang.
Well, either of those probably shouldn't put it on there. If you're on
No,
Instagram,
Pink Panty Sniffer 47 is fine then, apparently.
Yeah, it is.
if you post on Instagram, if you tag the account GG Fowl Territory,
It
then
may or
we'll
may not
play it
show up,
there.
and he can.
Well, we'll try. Let's put it that way. X Adam 1 says, Gizzard Gary tried sending you a short video. Not sure if it went through, so I sent a second, shorter one. Looks like I'm seeing them out there. So, all right. So, GORN, you say. Ron Wayne says, GORN time. Let's find some GORN, shall we? Shall we? Oh, here's the first one. And this is from 2 Live Moo. If I click the right button, you'll actually
Who the
see
hell
it.
is that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Here it is. And he says this is more powerful than 9mm. This is a rubber band gun with a weapon mounted light.
That's a destructive device.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I like that
Yep.
mount for that light. That's
Yep,
a custom mount.
That's an AOW right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Saturday Night Special. Actually, that's a Friday night special.
Well, that's a any day you want it special.
Any day
Any
you
day you
want
want
it,
it.
that's the way you
Yep.
I like the serration cuts on that slide.
Okay.
Makes that rubber band go faster.
Why did I join this? I could have.
Why wouldn't you?
We've been trying to figure that out.
You
so
certainly didn't join it to get the promo right.
Fuck
that's for
off.
sure.
All right. So this is from X Adam 1. This is the first video I believe he sent. The P365 XL. So let's.
Boom. Oh, he's got an Icarus grip on that.
Mhm.
And
Sounds
some-
like he's playing our show.
not sure whose slide that is. That looks good though.
That's nice.
Mhm.
What does that say?
Something
Say-
dark side.
NAS or
NDZ?
No,
NDZ? Yeah,
is it NDZ or is it North?
Yeah.
Again.
I think so.
I think it's NDC.
Yep, he said NDZ.
Yeah, that looks good.
That's a good looking
That
slide.
is nice.
I heard they were making those. I'm paying attention to them.
Very cool. All right, so let's see what else we have. Another video.
I said that he sent you a shorter one.
Oh,
If that
it's
one didn't
probably
go
the
through.
same video. Yeah, it is. Same video. Okay. All right. So what's this then? Because he sent 3 different videos. Is that the same thing too? Yeah, it's the same gun, I'm pretty sure.
Abigail should get a Safari.
So
What if she's
far
not
away.
going on a safari?
What
if she's not going on a safari?
Well, in that case, there are rifles on Gunbroker where if you buy them, you get a free safari.
Mm-hmm.
How the Gunbroker?
Gun choker.
That's a total different website.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is from 223 DMR. It's on the borderline, but I'm in the mood to accept it. I may regret this decision. Okay. So from Disney Pixar, we have Rittenhouse.
It's actually pretty awesome.
That doesn't. Is that like
I want to see it.
Yeah, but what kind of gun is that? That's like an AI gun. That doesn't.
Yeah, it's a cross between an 870 in the back and AK in the front and something else in the middle.
It's got something
It
funky
looks like
up here in front
looks
of the
like
mag.
it looks like a pump action.
Without
I'm not sure what it is.
Without a mag tube.
Yeah.
I still want to see it.
Yeah, it's a 410 shotgun without a mag tube.
Mhm.
Oh, I can't wait till this comes out on video. Cool.
Might be a BB gun.
Defense dad.
Yeah.
It's a Pix
wins.
AR.
He wins that.
Yep,
I like it.
that's a winner.
That is definitely, yeah, that one wins the interwebs for this evening. I have declared it. Okay, Abby says, so now that I'm single and don't have to worry about Christmas presents, what gun should I get
I
when I
already
get
answered that
settled in?
question.
We were already covering that one.
Should be a Safari.
So far away. Okay. Weston says the movie is more about the dialogue than props. I suppose so.
Have you seen Disney movies lately?
No, I don't watch Disney.
I don't watch movies for the dialogue. Oh, never mind. We're talking like
We're talking about total different kind of movie.
okay,
there.
yeah. Never mind.
Dialogue I know is so
Well,
terrible.
When I was a child, I watched childish movies. Now that I'm an adult, I prefer adult movies.
Mhm.
Well,
Adult
yeah,
film.
Disney makes some adult movies now.
I bet they do.
Oh, we didn't order a pizza.
But Mom, why are you stuck in the dryer?
Wow.
I'm sorry, stepmom.
I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this pizza.
Well, I'm here to fix your pipes.
Well, gosh, I can help you there.
Gosh.
You know
Hell.
why Mickey left Minnie, don't you?
Because she was effing goofy.
Yep.
This is from Snob. We're being snobbish.
Yes. That rifle looks like it's legend.
Very. Right, guess what caliber that's in? Other than OB? Or you?
Pew pew.
You can't read it on it because it's on the top of the barrel on the other end. So no matter how much you zoom in.
Really?
Yeah, you
So
can't.
if I zoom in like this, you still can't see it?
It's
No.
a slick side.
Wow.
Look at that slick side receiver.
Mhm.
It's got nothing on this side. And the worst, he's still got that worst trigger guard.
I didn't build
known
that.
to man.
I did not build that. That's how it came. I will probably upgrade all that.
I don't know. It looks pretty scary to me.
What caliber does it look like, everybody?
And I wish it was.
Weston said
22
22 250.
I would I would almost give my left. Never mind.
Moo
Almost,
says
not quite.
350.
Moo is correct.
Wow.
Legend.
Mhm.
Stephen Sheets is out there. Stephen Sheets has a reminder for us. He says, on Sunday, November the 5th, daylight savings time ends. It will be dark early.
I'm refusing to participate this year.
Mhm.
Defense Dad says, Toy Story 5, we found Mom and Dad's stash. Oh. Okay, Weston, they usually don't make it to the dialogue. Well, we do things a little differently here on Fowl Territory. In fact, we're going to give you a double dose of the gun snob. How about that? A double dose. Because you asked for it.
We're getting a gun stab booster here.
That's right. Double
God, is that
snob.
as bad as the COVID booster?
I just built that out of all my spare parts Saturday. Really. I didn't have to buy very much at all. I do have some new excess rifle sights to go on it, though, that I haven't had a chance to put on it yet.
Where the hell are you going to put them?
I'm going to take the mag pulls off.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say, yeah, there's no rail space.
You know, I wasn't sure if I really wanted a magnifier, but after I got one, I'm liking it pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
Flip up magnifier, yeah, it goes really well with that dot.
That foregrip is still weird to me.
It is, but I had it laying around.
Yeah.
It's really ergonomic, it's comfortable, and it's easy to activate, and it's pretty bright. It's just kind of weird looking.
It's just, yeah, it's really weird looking.
Okay, yeah, it's really weird looking.
Very strange indeed.
But it works well. And it's
Okay.
comfortable. See, that one I built, look at the trigger guard, OB.
That's acceptable.
That's a mag pull.
Mhm.
It's not acceptable. It's a mag pull.
Which means it's acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're Sarge, in which case it's required.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wonder where that... I thought you were going to use that handguard to get rid of one of your key mods.
No, I was going to use that handguard to put on my truck gun. But after I put it on there, I didn't like it because with my Surefire light, I was going to have to get a switch. And those switches are pricey.
Yeah, that they are.
So I couldn't, it wasn't comfortable to reach my hand around a full-size handguard and hit the button still. So I had to go back to that tiny handguard.
So what you're saying is it wasn't comfortable to give the rifle a reach around.
Yeah. My hands are big, but they weren't quite big enough to activate the light comfortably. So I just put it back together like it was. So yeah, I completely tore that apart and put it back together.
See, Gary, size does matter.
It does. You are correct. All right.
Well, I got my handguard from them to replace one of my key mods.
Yes, Abby. Henry makes revolvers now.
Well, you see, I had a charging handle from them and a handguard from them. I had a buffer tube and a lower parts kit and a trigger laying around. I had the optics laying around, and I had the barrel. So I was like, and a bolt. So I was like, I guess I'm just gonna have to build another rifle.
All right, so let's go to.
I would say you're going to catch up with me, but you're not, because I've got another one out for. I've got another one out for getting pinned and welded right now.
I've got a box full of parts to build another one, and the rest of the parts will be here tomorrow. Well, except the receiver set, because Julian was sick all week.
So here we are on the Instagrams. And 6 days ago, a post from DM Foss, another sticker design. And then we have some stuff here from Obi-Wan. LFA Challenger with Midnight Bronze Camo by Cherry Bomb Customs.
Oh,
pretty.
Look at that.
Pretty.
Look at camera work, just zooming in and then coming along nice and slow. Oh yeah, look at that midnight bronze camo.
It looks like an autumn tree got sick on it.
I like it.
I will let Kayla know you said that. She will probably come kick your ass.
Yeah, I would be
She
concerned
will.
she might actually do it.
But you could actually pull out your camera and it's like her kryptonite. So
Yeah, that's fair. She runs in a hurry.
Okay, and now the Cronus LPVO from Athlon Optics at TriggerCon. You might
That
even
gun should win the award for the ugliest gun now.
magnification adjustment over here. Everything is marked out really nice. We're gonna shoot it and see how it holds up.
Barrel, great BCG. So our BCG is really cool, 20% more efficient than the standard.
Sweet.
As soon as I yank back on that thing, I'm like, shit. Hey guys, we're out here at TriggerCon 2023 Range Day with Athlon Optics.
Oh, I didn't know they left
Cronus
extra on
1 to
that.
6 LPVO here. You got your
Oh,
I like
a
it.
little Easter egg there if you watch it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Don't worry, nobody did.
From yours truly, my Every Second Matters post from yesterday. Don't fall for it. And then some more stickers from DM Foss 5 hours ago. Never trust a robot and never trust a monkey.
What if it's a robot monkey?
Oh, then you're
Oh,
good.
then you're really in trouble.
Yeah, you're
good.
Oh, I
serious.
thought they would cancel each other out.
No,
I'd
that
be
makes it
scared.
doubly worse.
What the hell, Chris? Chris is such a baby.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm falling asleep. I gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Defense dead. That's a fair point.
That is absolutely correct.
Yep. Never trust a fart. Okay, I think I heard some more stuff come in on the email. Let's see. Wow. Okay, we normally try to stray away from GORN, but since it's presented itself, and since I have so little GORN to show, why not take a look at the Middle East Action Man set? Complete with goat.
World Star.
Wow.
If I could find that video, but I'd never find it. There was one going around the reel where dude was shooting his AK and accidentally popped his buddy.
Oh yeah. That was at a wedding or wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what else we got out there. Oh. From Ron Wayne. Oh, God, this is good. I must be in a good mood. Okay. Beware of machine gun dog. That's what you need running around your yard, Obi. Take care of them otters.
Uh-huh.
Train that dog to just run around.
I'm just concerned. The dog in the picture looks like a beagle, and
Yeah.
the dog out there is clearly a German Shepherd.
Imposter.
That's because that beagle dog took her right. Actually, took 3 of them.
I like it.
See, the German Shepherd's got the 308 minigun, and the Beagle's got the 223 minigun.
Mm-hmm. The beagle's got its nose to the ground going, or, the whole damn time.
All armed dogs. Who'd have thunk it? Okay, I think that's the only one in there. And we have another one from Ron Wayne. A short gun story. A guy walked into a crowded bar waving his unholstered pistol and yelled, "I have a 45 caliber Colt 1911 with a 7-round magazine, plus one in the chamber. I want to know who's been sleeping with my wife." A voice from the back of the room called out, "You need more ammo." That's true. Capacity is king here. Wow.
Tough crowd tonight.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd. And we are out of GORN. So let's go back to real quick while we're waiting on more GORN. While we're waiting on GORN, let's go back to Bearing Arms. I believe we got one more story to look at here. Why the 3D printer marks the end of gun control. That's an interesting looking thing. You need one of those, Snub. The new lightweight Altor.
Yeah, you can fire 3 rounds and then the gun breaks.
Just like a real Altor. Technology continues to march forward just like it always has. One of the most interesting bits of technology to gain prevalence in the last few years is the 3D printer. With a device that sits on your desktop, you can make all sorts of things. If you can model it, you can build it. Suddenly, prototyping something is a lot easier than it used to be. And I'm unsurprised that people figured out how to make firearms completely via the 3D printer. What's really great about this is that it really does mark the death of gun control. What's more, people are starting to understand that. And quoting here, untraceable DIY firearms are getting deadlier and easier to build in back rooms across the world and could be impossible to stop, gun experts have warned. It comes as the creator of the world's most
Oh,
popular
how terrible. I'm sorry.
Most popular 3D printed gun, the FGC-9, was unmasked as incel Jacob Daegu, a former member of the German military. Daegu was previously only known as J Stark 1809, but has now been pictured and named for the first time in a bombshell new report by the International Center for the Study of Radicalization. The report describes him as an incel with extremist views, having been linked to more than 700 anonymous posts in online forums. Staying anonymous in a distinctive black mask and sunglasses until his death in 2021, Daegu built a chilling network of 3D printed gun enthusiasts to create designs and share blueprints online. And his FGC-9, which stands for F Gun Control 9mm, has been seen in the hands of gun enthusiasts, organized criminals, paramilitaries, insurgents, and terrorists across the world. Cody Wilson, a gun rights activist who designs and publishes 3D guns, claims the flow and production of 3D guns will be impossible to stop. And it will be. Oh, people are trying. The UK wants to criminalize possessing the files. New York State wants to require background checks on 3D printers. This is all an effort to try and make it so they can stop the spread of these ghost guns. However, that's a lost cause. Just like guns, 3D printers can be built DIY style. You can bypass background check requirements entirely. Computer files can be easily transferred via encrypted connections or just handed off on a USB drive. You're not going to stop the proliferation of these guns, which means you're never going to keep people disarmed. And I hate to break it to these folks, but that's a good thing. An armed public is one that can hold the government accountable, even if that government doesn't really want any such thing. Totalitarianism can only happen when the people lack the means to resist. Europe has restricted rights aplenty over the years, gun rights being just one example. Free speech is little more than an abstract concept throughout the continent, with only some speech being tolerated while other speech is criminalized. At some point, though, the governments will overstep their bounds. 3D printers allow ordinary people to take up arms and resist such a government. But criminals are getting them. Yes, they are, but it's bold of anyone to assume that criminals wouldn't find some other way to get firearms without 3D printers. The truth is that any hope of gun control working is dead. It's time to bury it forever. What do you think of that, guys?
If you want to try and defend yourself with a 3D printed gun, more power to you. Personally, I'm going to stick with the real ones.
I don't think criminals are going out and getting themselves a 3D printer so they can 3D print a gun. I mean, it's just me. And yeah, you can totally tell. Abigail says that was a hit piece they wrote about him. You can absolutely tell that just by the fact they called him an incel.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the people writing the article called the guy an incel. That's, I mean, you basically.
I think that was the quote that they were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they
I
were
know.
quoting
Yeah.
someone else.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Okay.
I don't think she meant that bearing arms was writing a hit piece. That
Well, you never know anymore.
well, that could be too, but you know, when your journalist describes somebody as an incel, that's kind of telling.
Oh yeah, that
journalism.
That's a clear sign of bias right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they might have. I'm surprised they didn't call him an incel basement dweller.
They pretty much did.
Pretty much.
They called him an incel extremist. They might as well say he lived in the basement.
An extremist, yes.
Are we talking about Night Strike again, or what?
God, no.
He is definitely.
I mean, he fits the description, sure, but that doesn't mean we're talking about him.
He does not live in his grandma's basement.
Only because his grandma don't have a basement.
This is from Rodney Peters. My latest AK, Rodney says.
Look at that dong.
Nice.
It's a nice dong you got there, Rodney.
Yeah. Night Strike's favorite quote is, "Grandma, where's my meatloaf?"
No, Night Strike's favorite quote is, "He hopes everybody dies that didn't wear a mask."
I don't want no effing pizza.
Raw milk will kill you.
And raw milk will kill you.
Ma, where are the cheesy poofs?
Cheesy poofs, Ma.
Cheesy poofs.
Ma, where's my meatloaf? Ma, I gotta go to the bathroom. Respect my authority.
Oh.
Can we get Rodney's dong off the screen? Thank you.
Okay, and from Defense Dad, he says, since you've ran out of GORN, I'll recycle an old one. So we're getting recycled GORN here. Okay, so we are looking at a Rock Island Armory 9mm 1911 with M-arms, grips, and magwell.
That's kind of spiffy.
Shiny.
Some good looking grips right there.
Very grippy. I would not go so far as to call that super grippy, though.
No, it's not super grippy. That's just
and
regular
you would
grippy.
be the world's renowned expert on super grippy.
I am. I've spent a lot of time researching whether stuff is grippy, medium grippy, or super grippy. And it's not a lot of stuff that's super grippy.
No, but you have had some.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what super grippy is, like the Smith & Wesson M&P grip panels. Those are super grippy.
It's a little too grippy.
Yeah,
those are like super extra grippy.
Yeah, and the extra bonus, they double as sandpaper.
Mm-hmm.
They're super grippy.
Corey's department went to carrying MPs, and they all took sandpaper to them and sanded them down because they were destroying their uniforms and everything else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't doubt that at all. I don't know why Smith & Wesson hasn't come out with a little with ones that are a little less texture that you can replace them with. You know what would have been really cool is if a certain company hadn't got sidetracked with other projects, like projects that are paying their bills are more important to them for some reason. I don't know, but Lock Grips was actually working on panels for the MMPs, for the MP metals, and they decided they needed to pay bills instead of keep me happy. So whatever.
That's true. So I want to remind everybody that following this show on the Gun Websites channel is the weekly 2A wrap-up. That'll be at the top of the hour, so make sure and go check that out. And, yeah, we're out of GORN. So G-Web says, thanks for the plug. You are welcome. Let's see. Could remind everybody, let's do a little bit of a self-promotional plug, shall we? Since it's my show. You can enjoy the best small batch fresh roasted coffee delivered straight to your door while supporting this channel. Check out Blackout Coffee at blackoutcoffee.com and be sure and use the coupon code Gizzard Gary. In commercial.
This is how we know Gizzard's made the big time. It's a gun tuber. He's doing coffee commercials.
Right.
Just got some GORN in.
Because I didn't want to hear you do that again.
All right. Wow. This is from Ozzy. The Ozman sended GORN. And this is the SIG P320X10 with Underwood Extreme Defender, otherwise known as Phillips screwdriver rounds.
That looks like that slide's cut, yet it doesn't have an optic on it.
Yeah, what is wrong with him?
Fluffy's asking if you got his email.
Yes, I did. His address. Yes, I did. Thank you. It does look like it has an optic plate. The plate is still on. You are correct. Snob doesn't like seeing optic plates.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I've got like a whole drawer full of optic plates.
I don't want to show a serial number. We can take a close look at these Phillips screwdriver rounds. And
I wonder if he has one in Torx.
Those are
They're developing that.
A PL Pro. Very nice. All right.
Sweet looking gun, Ozzy.
Ozzy says I'm poor. That's why he doesn't have an optic. Anybody want to show for an optic company real quick? Here's your chance. Going once.
Have a single handgun that can take an optic.
Gideon Optics has got all kinds of stuff going right now. They got all the cool stuff.
Up, more GORN. Just when you think you're done, more comes. Rodney Peters again. Boom. And Rodney says 80% and it works.
Why did he put that terrible trigger guard on there? Shame on him.
You don't like
that.
that.
He's going for authentic.
Yeah, he was going for a specific look there. Because he's got the old school optic on it and everything.
Yeah, I see that. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
It's not safe either.
I want to fix Gary handle upper. I have the dissipator with the detachable charging handle, but
do you have a pocket sandwich to go with it?
I possibly have a pocket sandwich. So.
I don't remember who it was, but there was somebody just had a carry handle model that was on sale, and I can't remember who it was.
Probably PSA, because that's about the only place you can get a carry handle.
I don't think it was.
Bushmaster just released theirs, but they only did like 50.
Yeah, I can understand that, Ozzy. You're in Illinois, so
Yeah. Misha says, seems those bullets are for screwing people up or down.
sideways.
And Misha also says, everything is detachable if you pull hard enough. That's true.
That's true. Sarge was offering to show Gizzard the other end of something.
Uh-huh.
I have a video of that somewhere. Just saying.
Speaking of
Yeah, I
videos,
think that's who it was, Fluffy. I think it was.
I was updating the firmware on my GoPro yesterday, and I happened to realize that video was still on there. You recorded down in Wichita that we were on a porch. I watched that again.
Oh, I forgot I had your GoPro there.
Yeah, it's like, what is this? Oh yeah, I remember now. So I saved it. We may use that later on. Just saying. It may show up somewhere, somehow. But right now, we are out of GORN. We've got about 3 minutes to the top of the hour, so I am going to declare this segment over, and we are going to proceed with What Did You Learn? And in this segment, we go through all the panelists, we ask them what they learned, and then we give them a minute or so to promote their channel. So we're going to start with my co-host, Obnoxious One. Sir, what did you learn this evening?
I learned that as much as Snob will come in and be upset that he didn't get a chance to do his spiel, he will still screw it up.
That's because you guys screwed me over, so it had me all flustered.
You were so mad. Yes, I'm sure that's exactly how it happened. I learned that Chris is a big old baby, going to bed early. I learned that Gizzard's doing cool Mac stuff with his Mac, and I hope his screen freezes on him the next time he does it.
Snob, you could do this too if you're on your Mac.
I'm on my Mac, but I don't know how to do it.
All you got to do, there's certain, if you hold 2 thumbs up, you get fireworks.
Oh, I don't have a camera.
No,
if you do got a thumb up, devil horns, you get lasers.
I thought we told you not to tell him about this.
Yes.
2 thumbs down will get you rain and a thunderstorm.
Apparently my camera is not. I don't know. Maybe it's unplugged.
Yeah, you do have to have a camera working. How about?
I'm guessing my camera's unplugged because it's saying it's not connected.
Balloons
jacking
with a single
wires
piece
earlier.
line. What do you get with 2 peace signs? Oh yeah, confetti.
Richard Nixon.
Do you get a bird?
No, you don't get a bird.
You don't get a bird?
No bird. Obi, you got anything coming up?
No, stuff and things. I got one that I released for channel members. And I got a bunch of stuff I need to film now that I'm no longer sitting Overwatch.
I understand. All right. Well, I'm glad your national nightmare is finally over. And glad to have you back. All right. Defense Dad said Gary's throwing gang signs over there. Rodney Peters says, I heard that Rodney has a nice dong. Yeah, I heard that too. All right. Going on to Rich. Rich, what did you learn?
No, it's similar to Obnoxious. I learned that I've been away for about a month or so, and Snub still hasn't learned how to read a script properly.
Well, see, that's the problem. I don't have a script.
Well, whose fault's that?
My writer, apparently.
No, that would be you. You write your own lines.
Oh, he's on strike. My writer's on strike. He didn't come back when the rest of the writers came back. He stayed on strike.
That's because you got him where he had his leg cut off, man. I wouldn't write for you either.
Chrissy, I'm sorry they're talking about you like that. Come here. Oh, yeah, I don't have a camera. I can't even show you.
Misha says, is there a turkey coming up? Because I heard stuffing things. Rich, what you got coming up? Are you finally going to do a show again?
I'm probably going to wait till next weekend to get to doing my shows again. Just to give it one more week.
You got to take baby steps. Fowl Territory is kind of like intro.
Well, I don't have to actually run the show. I can just disrupt it. There's a big difference.
Okay. Well, you got competition if you're trying to disrupt my show. All right. So no live shows for Rich this week, but look to next week. And that'll be good because I'll be out of town next weekend. So.
Yeah. And if I get a link from Hillbilly, I might do his show tomorrow. So there's that.
Oh, you'll have to speak to Hillbilly. Thanks for being here, Rich, and let's speak to Hillbilly right now. Sir, what did you learn?
Hey, I learned that, I believe we learned that AR is the same as fully automatics. So
that's true.
That's very close. I mean, they just got to get rid of them.
I know.
They look scary, everything. So
we'll just have to print one. All right. I'll bet I know what you got coming up.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow night, we got Guns, Beer, and Therapy. 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. And so, anybody wants to swing by, we try to have a good time over there the best we can. And I just got videos coming out, and just about, every few days at least. So anyway, I appreciate you having me on here, Gary.
Well, I appreciate you being here as always. All right. Last but not least, the gun snob. What did you learn?
I was light. I didn't learn anything.
Okay. Well, what have you got coming up? You doing a live stream, maybe?
No, but I got a ton of videos I got to get out because I'm way behind. So that's all I'm doing tomorrow is recording videos. So I'll probably like 6 up this week. Most of them just for my channel members. I mean, nobody's scheduled out, but I'll put them all up for my channel members. At least 6.
Mystic Guns is out there, by the way. How about that? All righty, folks. Let's get out of here so G-Webs can start the weekly 2A wrap-up. So anyway, I would like to take this time to thank everybody out there for watching, whether you watched on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We appreciate you out there. Also, those who are listening in.
That's what we appreciate about you.
That's right. Those listening in on the audio podcast later. We appreciate you also. Thanks to everybody who's out there in the chat, for those contributing via text or sending in GORN.
Can we pause for a second? Ozzy has a special request, and I just want to say, them boys from Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong. Too damn skinny and way too long. I ain't a holy roller, so I just use a bong. You're welcome, Ozzy. Be here all week.
Yeah. All righty. So I'd like to also throw out a thanks out there to my YouTube channel members for their contribution to the show. I certainly do appreciate it. So don't forget, Gun Websites channel, weekly 2A wrap-up right after this show. And I want to remind everybody that if anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, give them the bird. You just have to imagine a bird tonight. Anyway, this is Gizzard Gary. On behalf of my panel, you got about 10 seconds to throw out your last-minute shout-outs, and I'm going to roll the credits.
You're only 17 in your hometown.
Snob forgot how to do live streams.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Oh, you forgot to get out your shout-out. Your last
Shall not be infringed.
I'm not supposed to talk more in this part.
I goddamn show.
Great. Now he's
I was talking to Snob.
Gotta be careful.
Nice dong, Rodney.